Him and Cam, boy, y'all.
Cam know I talk.
Huh?
Cam be hearing me talk in the locker room.
You hear him talk?
Yeah, the locker room,
Yeah, it's good. All right, headed into game 11, Coach, coming off of a big win over Kennesaw State in prime time on national television. Overall, what was the big takeaway from that contest?
Well, first of all, it was a great atmosphere for our players to play in. I mean, I can't thank the fans and our students and faculty, alumni, the Southerners. I can't thank them enough because it was a definite home field advantage. You know, it was a good win for our program, but you know, this is a long season. This, you know, so many people talk about this game, and our players understand this. This isn't the end of the season. This is the beginning of the season. And there's a lot more work to do, and it's no different than any other game. You know, we enjoyed it for 24 hours, and then we put it behind us, and then it's time to go to work right now.
Going to work right now against a pretty good FIU team. They're trying to get into a bowl game with a win in their next 2 weeks. Give us a little bit of a scout on Willie Simmons' club.
Well, first of all, Willie Simmons has done a really good job. He is a really good football coach. I've known Coach for a long time. He has put together a really good staff. They do a good job. They're very well coached. They got good players on both sides of the ball. On offense, you know, they can run the football. They can throw the football. They've got a 1,000-yard rusher themselves. I think he's a few yards away from being at 2,000 yards for his career. You know, they got two capable quarterbacks that can, you know, get the ball to their playmakers in space defensively. I think they're really good on the defensive front. You know, their linebackers are very active, and you know, their coaches do a great job with their back end secondary. So, you know, we got our work cut out for us. But it is, again, as we talk about every week, it's going to be about what we do. It's going to be about execution. It's, you know, it's playing the next play, taking the next shot. That's what we've got to focus on, and we've got a lot of respect for them as a team, but we've got to focus and make sure we get better on what we got to improve on.
We'll open it up for questions. Just get Meyer Indy's attention to get it mic to you.
It's just, obviously, you got a big game in 2 weeks, but you got to handle business this week. Just how do you avoid in the locker room the mindset of maybe overlooking this game, just maybe especially with records and all that?
Well, I love you and our discussions. I love talking with you, and I love when sometimes you throw those questions up like that. We are not going to let our players eat this rat poison. That's what that is. That's rat poison. That's, hey, what you did this week makes you, hey, that rat poison's good at Trek One. Tell you, it tastes good. It tastes good, but then it gets you. To our players and us as coaches, this is the biggest game of the year. It's the biggest game of the year. Every game is a championship game. Every game. That's what it is. And, you know, as I mentioned Saturday night, and I shared with the players, this is how I learned to win championships. It's like you're in the Masters, all right? You're playing Amen's corner, all right? We're in Amen's corner. We played 11. We're on 12 now. So a lot of times people that have the lead, what they do is they look at the leaderboard. When they start looking at the leaderboard, they hit the ball in the water. And then we can't do that. We're just focused on the next shot. We're focused on the next game. Because I truly believe that, and I believe our players believe that, every game is a championship game. And I know this about our conference. I've said this, and I'll say it every week. We got really good coaches in our conference. We got really good players in our conference. I would dare say, and I'm not saying we're better than anybody else, but I dare say that our conference is competitive as any in the country. I mean, I have people that have never watched Conference USA play that watch us play every week. And they, first of all, they think, man, y'all got a Heisman Trophy candidate playing for y'all. I mean, that's what I get from people on the outside that have never watched this conference. And then they say, these teams that y'all play, I mean, it is really good. Y'all play physical football. All the teams in this conference and these coaches are good. And you gotta be ready to play every week. So I think that part is the way we gotta keep our mindset, because, you know, if we don't take care of business of what we gotta do right now, then the next one's not as big as it was. So that's kind of our mindset on how we look at it.
Try and keep it out of Race Creek, Mark.
Some of this may apply to what you just answered. You guys, the underdog on Saturday, fourth time in Conference USA. Your thoughts on Vegas apparently keeps thinking you're gonna lose.
You know what? I don't think it matters what anybody else thinks, it's what they think. That's the most important thing, is what they think. And listen, that depends on a lot of different things. But you know, I think it's a good lesson. I think it's a good lesson in life for them. Every single day that you breathe air, you have to go out and earn your respect. At whatever craft you do, you have to earn it every day. As a football coach, they judge you on the last quarter, not the last game, the last quarter. And I've been fortunate enough to be around some people that taught me how to work hard, you don't think about results. You don't look behind you. You don't look way down the road. You just look at right now. But at the end of the day, it doesn't, doesn't matter what people think. It matters how you execute. Whether you're an underdog or not, if you execute, you win the game. If you don't execute, you don't win the game.
One more.
This is good because Cam is here. He's been especially good in the fourth quarter. In fact, on Saturday, he had more yards in the fourth quarter than any of the first three combined. Why is he so good late in the game?
He's like a great boxer. You know, when you step in the ring with a great boxer, there's a lot of guys that can last 13 rounds, or back in my day, they could last 13, but they couldn't make it to 15, because the guy that was the real dude won it in the 15. That's the way he is. I mean, he is he's a champion, and he does it. The tougher it gets, the more he wants it. It's like, give it to me, give it to me. And for a great back to do that, again, I had the fortune of being around some really good backs, even when I was playing, and guys that I've had an opportunity to be on the team with. I've not been around one that is any better, at that stage of the game. I mean, I looked out there when we were 2 scores up. I mean, it was a goal line defense. I mean, they had nobody in the middle of the field. But, we were in clock management, so we were going to run the ball. And, great backs, doesn't matter how many people you put in the box. Eventually, they're going to run over one or make one miss. It's not always, it's not always about just taking the RPO. It's about, what? If you give it to a dude, you give it to him, he's going to make one miss, and that's what he does. But yeah, he's like a boxer. He's gonna stay there, and he's gonna figure out, and sooner or later, he's gonna be able to throw his punch.
Go to Max.
Coach, just when you get to this time of year, how do you balance finding maybe time to sneak in a rest day or just a lighter day to keep these guys healthy with the need to prepare for these final games?
I think, first of all, I think our guys are in extremely good shape. We took a little bit of it off when we had the short week against Delaware, and kind of the way the schedule was set up this year, we had more time. I know, like Traquan and I talked about it, we actually felt like we had more time off than some of the other places, that we had been at. So we tried to take advantage of that. We did, we gave them a few days off then. But one thing about staying in playing shape is and it's tough on them, it was tough on anybody that played the game, but you can't go more than a few days without banging a little bit, or your body gets to where it's back to square one. So there's a fine line of that. we manage it, you know, in how we practice, the number of reps and things like that. So, I told them after Sunday night's practice, I was like, we were out on the field less than 24 hours after we won the game, and I told them, I was like, okay, tomorrow's your off day. You gotta make sure you take care of your body and do those things. But it, you know, I think your body kind of gets used to it this time of the year.
Boys?
Have you ever been involved in a game where you gave up as many yards as you did and the opposing team didn't punt and you still won the game?
Yeah, I think I was on the other end of that at Middle Tennessee one year, my first year here. I think we had over 600 yards offense and they won the game. You know, our whole object is to win the game. It's not, and I thought our coaches didn't let their ego or their pride get in the way. I said it to begin with. We told the secondary, if we don't give up a touchdown over the top, they had scored on 1% of their plays. So their objective was to run as many plays as they could. Well, they ran a lot of plays, but we were gonna make them drive the ball. They had one drive, 14 plays, score. They had another drive, 13 plays. Well, you're gonna give up some yards, you know, when you do that. Now, we had some third downs, we had penalties that extended their drives, but, you know, when you play good, you can play the game and not necessarily play great, you know, from an overall statistic, but if you play situations good, if you play third down, if you play red zone, if you play 2 minutes, the beginning of the half, the end of the half, and then you play those situations good, then you got a chance to win the game. So, yeah, one time, I think I had one safety one time. We played 99 plays against Syracuse on defense. He played all 99 plays, and he played all the special teams plays. I think he played 121 snaps in the game. That was my last year at FSU. He never came out of the game. I saw Travis Hunter played 120 snaps one time when I was at Colorado, playing on both sides of the ball. I mean, I've been in those games where you're on the field a good bit, and again, at the end of the game, like I said about the Southern Miss game on Saturday night, when we played Southern Miss, if you look at the yardage, we would have won the statistic. Nobody remembers those statistics. They just remember that Southern Miss won the game, and we turned the ball over 4 times. Well, tonight we got 4 turnovers.
Juwan Campbell, what's his status for Saturday?
Probably going to be out again this week, you know, with that toe. So I know he's, you know, wanting to play, and he's doing everything he can to be able to get back. But he'll probably be out this week. So, you know, we got some younger guys that have played, Quay Hood, and, you know, Chris Johnson's coming along. So we feel like we got some defensive linemen that can, you know, fill in.
Thanks for your time today, Coach.
All right, thank y'all.
Ready, fellas? In the white polo closest to me, Traquan Fagan's cornerback, Cam Cook wearing the gray polo on the other side. Traquan, we'll start with you. Kind of piggybacking on what Coach talked about. You guys are out there for a lot of plays, a little bit of bend but don't break. The mentality of being able to just keep going and just defend the end zone. Walk us through playing in a game like that and just making sure that you guys keep them out of the end zone.
So Coach Beto had a great preparation throughout the week, so we prepared good. So that led up to us playing well, and our motive was to beat them back to the ball, because we know they're a very fast-paced offense, and we did that. We lined up, everybody communicated well on the same page. We know we'll be good.
Cam, a few minutes ago, you were named a semifinalist for the Doak Walker Award. Pretty high praise to be named one of the 10 best running backs in college football. What went through your mind when you found out that you were one of the top 10?
Well, I'll say something that went through my mind was just like the amount of work that me and the guys have put in. So that's just credit to the O line, credit to Old Trigger, credit to the offensive staff trying to give me the ball. Like that's just like a little step for us, like showing everybody what we're doing.
Awesome. We'll open it up to questions. Start with Max and go to Mark.
I think it officially started last week, but Cam, what do you feel about the Heisman campaign that they have started for you?
No, I love it. I love like the energy. I love the fans. I love everybody that's like trying to be there for me and really put me out there. But that whole vibe, I really mess with it.
One more.
And then, same thing, kind of ask guys, how do you guys avoid looking at, obviously, you're the leaders, you're trying to help these young guys maybe who are in this position for the first time. How do you tell them this game is the main game that matters, don't look ahead?
Just be where your feet at. Don't worry about the next game. Just be where your head is, and then just take care of what you can.
And then coach is always preaching to us about every game is a championship game. That's what we're working for. So mindset hasn't changed any other game. So we're staying the same.
We'll go to Mark and then Joe.
Could you guys talk a little bit about what I asked Coach Kelly? This is the fourth time in a Conference USA game that you guys are picked as the underdog. I mean, you're 6-0. At some point, people are going to realize you guys are pretty good.
I mean, you can't really look at statistics. You just really just gotta play. Whatever happens Saturday, it happens.
I feel like they're gonna find out. We don't have to prove ourselves every game. Nobody is going to this game with a different mindset. Like we still gonna have to prove ourselves, get it out the mud.
One follow-up. Cam, your numbers in the fourth quarter are really impressive. It just seems like you've got an extra gear that defenses can't match. What is it? Why are you so good in the fourth quarter?
I feel like the more I get the ball, the hotter I get. So I'm seeing it better. I'm feeling warmer. Like I don't know. We condition here a lot too. So I feel like I'm prepared for that moment. My coaches know I'm prepared to be in that situation. So
Maybe defenses get tired of tackling you.
right. Yeah.
Go to Joe.
Yeah, what have defenses done to try to stop you this year, and how do you keep breaking through?
Well, I would say every team that we've played has come out in something different than they played everybody else in. So whether it's 9 in the box or they got a different scheme up front, I think it's just the way we prepare as a team. The coaches do a really good job of letting me see that in practice. Like, I'm not just seeing that for the first time in the game. But for me, it's just keep breaking tackles, keep making somebody miss, do whatever I can do to score. I'm just trying to help the team out.
We'll come back up to Max.
It says you guys are +9 in turnover battle. I think most of that is with the help of the secondaries. What has allowed you guys to kind of be, I guess, ball hawks, especially in the back end?
Man, that's Caleb Nick, man. That boy got an ache for the ball, man. Somehow, some way, he gonna find the ball, man. I don't know how many he got, but his first one, yeah, I think he got like 4. Yeah, he got like 4. His first one after that, he just been finding it ever since. So we got some great linebackers too. They just get great depth. Just be where you're supposed to be at, and somehow the ball will find you.
Trick, want to talk about the relationship with Coach Kelly? He mentioned how long you guys have known each other through the recruiting process at other places. Obviously, he had to play a big role in getting you here, but what's it been like playing for him again?
It's been well, man. He gave me an opportunity that many didn't give me, so I appreciate him for that. And like our relationship, he's been knowing me ever since Belmont. He recruited me, so we built that area like over there, and just kept connected ever since then. He got a great connection with my family too. So
Excellent, awesome.
Yeah, Kim, the last few weeks, the offensive line's been a little bit banged up. I was just wondering if there's been anything you've said to those young guys who came in and blocked for you, maybe for the first time, kind of get their head in the right space.
Yeah, I mean, I spoke to a lot of the young guys. Just being a leader, it's not like I gotta go tell them like what they need to do. Like everybody's gonna like be on top of everybody. Like we all want the same thing. Everybody's really been pushing for a long time, so it's not like we gotta go like tell them what to do. They know their job. So for me, it's just, or for us as a group, we all got to go into it with the same mindset. But I don't know. I really say, like, just talking to the younger guys. I don't know. That's a hard question for me. Like I get along with a lot of the young guys, and for me, I'm not even an old guy for real. So it's like, I don't know. It's just they like to see me succeed, and I can only do that because they there. So it's not really I got to be on top of them, you know.
Awesome. Got one more from Mark, and then we'll wrap it up.
Traquan, there's one play on Saturday that I was hoping you would describe what you were thinking. I'm not sure if you can remember it. It was a deep ball over the middle. You reach across, slap it away, and that was a big play. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Could you describe what you were thinking? Because you seem to know exactly what you wanted to do.
Coach, great call at the great time and just executed it well. Couldn't be no better play call at the time.
Awesome. Thanks for your time, man.
Appreciate you.